The greatest miracle, the raising of Lazarus. Introduction. In the heart of ancient Judea, just 2 miles east of Jerusalem, lay the tranquil village of Bethany. It was a place of refuge and friendship for Jesus, home to 3 siblings he held dear: Martha, Mary, and their brother Lazarus. Their bond was deep, and their home offered Jesus a respite from the demanding crowds and the growing tensions of his ministry. This seemingly ordinary village would soon become the stage for one of the most extraordinary events recorded in the Gospels. A miracle that would not only demonstrate Jesus' profound power over life and death, but also irrevocably alter the course of his earthly mission. The shadow of death in Bethany. The narrative, primarily recounted in the Gospel of John, begins with a message of distress from Bethany. "Lord, behold, he whom you love is sick." Lazarus had fallen gravely ill. His sisters, Martha and Mary, sent word to Jesus, confident that his presence could avert tragedy. Yet, Jesus, who was then in Perea, deliberately delayed his journey, stating, "This sickness is not unto death, but for the glory of God, that the Son of God may be glorified through it." This delay, perplexing to his disciples and agonizing for the sisters, was a crucial element of the divine plan. By the time Jesus and his disciples arrived in Bethany, Lazarus had been in the tomb for 4 days. In first-century Jewish tradition, the 4th day was particularly significant. It was believed that by this time, the soul had completely departed the body, and any hope of resuscitation was gone. The decomposition process would have begun, making the miracle even more undeniable. The village was filled with mourners, many of whom had traveled from Jerusalem to comfort Martha and Mary, a testament to the families standing in the community. First-century Jewish burial practices were swift and solemn. The deceased would be washed, anointed, and wrapped in linen cloths, often with spices, and then laid in a rock-hewn tomb. Lazarus's body would have been bound with strips of cloth, and his face wrapped with a separate cloth, as described in the Gospel of John. The tomb itself would have been a cave or a chamber cut into rock, sealed with a heavy stone to prevent desecration and contain the smell of decay. Grief, compassion, and divine purpose. Upon hearing of Jesus' arrival, Martha, ever the proactive sister, went out to meet him. Her words conveyed both faith and sorrow. "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." Jesus responded with a profound declaration. "I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me, though he may die, he shall live. And whoever lives and believes in me shall never die." Do you believe this? Martha's affirmation of faith, "Yes, Lord, I believe that you are the Christ, the Son of God, who is to come into the world," underscored her understanding of his divine identity, even amidst her grief. Mary, upon being called, rushed to Jesus, falling at his feet with the same heartbroken lament as her sister. The sight of Mary and the other mourners weeping deeply moved Jesus. Despite knowing the miracle he was about to perform, Jesus was profoundly affected by the human suffering before him. He groaned in the spirit and was troubled. Then, in one of the shortest and most poignant verses in the Bible, Jesus wept. This moment reveals Jesus' profound empathy and humanity, demonstrating that he shared in the sorrow of those he loved, even as he prepared to conquer death itself. The command at the tomb. Jesus then asked to be led to the tomb. When they arrived, he commanded, "Take away the stone." Martha, practical and aware of the grim reality, protested, "Lord, by this time there will be a stench, for he has been dead 4 days." Jesus gently reminded her of his earlier promise. "Did I not say to you that if you would believe you would see the glory of God?" The stone was rolled away, revealing the dark, silent interior of the tomb. Before performing the miracle, Jesus looked up to heaven and prayed, not for his own sake, but for the benefit of those present, that they might believe that the Father had sent him. This public prayer emphasized the divine source of his power and the purpose of the impending act, to glorify God and confirm his own identity as the Son of God. Then, with a loud voice that echoed through the mournful silence, Jesus cried out, "Lazarus, come forth." Life from the grave. What followed was an event that defied all natural laws and human expectation. From the darkness of the tomb, Lazarus emerged, still bound hand and foot with grave cloths, his face wrapped with a cloth. The onlookers, who moments before had been weeping in despair, were now stunned into disbelief and awe. Jesus then gave a final, simple command: "Loose him and let him go." Lazarus was freed from his burial garments, fully restored to life, a living testament to Jesus' power. This miracle was not merely a resuscitation. It was a profound demonstration of Jesus' authority over death itself. Unlike others who were brought back to life in the Bible, Lazarus had been dead for a significant period, ensuring that there could be no doubt about his actual demise. The miracle was public, witnessed by many, including those who had come from Jerusalem, making it impossible to dismiss as a trick or a delusion. The unfolding consequences. The news of Lazarus's resurrection spread like wildfire, reaching Jerusalem and igniting a mixture of faith and fear. Many who witnessed or heard of the miracle believed in Jesus. However, for the religious authorities, particularly the Sanhedrin, this event was not a cause for celebration but a grave threat to their power and stability. Bethany was only a short distance from Jerusalem, making the impact of the miracle immediate and undeniable in the capital. The chief priests and the Pharisees convened the Sanhedrin, the supreme Jewish court, to discuss what they perceived as a crisis. Their primary concern was not the truth of the miracle, but its political ramifications. If we let him alone like this, everyone will believe in him, and the Romans will come and take away both our place and nation. They feared that Jesus' growing popularity, fueled by such undeniable miracles, would provoke a Roman crackdown, leading to the loss of their religious and political autonomy. It was Caiaphas, the high priest that year, who articulated their chilling solution. "You know nothing at all, nor do you consider that it is expedient for us that one man should die for the people, and not that the whole nation should perish." John's Gospel notes that Caiaphas unknowingly prophesied that Jesus would die for the nation, and not only for that nation but also that he would gather together in one the children of God who were scattered abroad. From that day forward, the decision was made: Jesus must die. They even plotted to kill Lazarus, as many were believing in Jesus because of him. A foretaste of resurrection. The raising of Lazarus stands as a pivotal moment in Jesus' ministry, often considered the seventh and most dramatic of the signs in John's Gospel, culminating in the events of Holy Week. It was a powerful demonstration of Jesus' identity as the Son of God, the Master of life and death, and a profound foreshadowing of his own resurrection. It solidified the faith of many and, paradoxically, sealed his fate in the eyes of his enemies. This miracle, more than any other, forced a definitive response from both followers and adversaries. It revealed the depth of Jesus' compassion, his divine authority, and the ultimate purpose of his coming: to overcome death and offer eternal life to all who believe. The story of Lazarus, called forth from the tomb, remains a timeless testament to hope, faith, and the miraculous power of God.